I was just kind of curious what your thoughts were about how Ubisoft traded Desmond Miles in Assassin's Creed.
I thought Ubisoft had I think Patrice Desilets was the original designer, creative director, and then they had a falling out over something called 1666. There was a bunch of political stuff. Ubisoft Montreal had people going in and out. I don't know the whole story. I don't know anything about it, but the original story, as it was written, it was Desmond goes on these adventures, and they said we're probably going to do about 6 games, and each game Desmond will get. This was the original pitch. Desmond would get the abilities of his Altair, and now he has those. Then it's Ezio, and he has them, and then it's going to be this guy, and ultimately by the last game, he would be the ultimate assassin with all these and be able to time travel back.
Oh! I didn't use that!
Well, I know. Listen. This was one person told me this, so I may be speaking out of school. But it was like that would be, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because the first time I did that first game, I got to the end of the script, and in a 4-hour session, I think it took about 2.5 hours. And they said, okay, that's all. They said, all right, thanks, Nolan. We're good. I said, and I turned the last page. And I said, I'm just going to get a cup of coffee, and we'll start up again. And they looked at each other like, oh, that's it. What? This is awesome. What happens? And the writer goes, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He said, I haven't written it yet. I'm like, wait, and seriously, I was kind of angry. I was like, wait, we're done? You just left me. Imagine getting to the best part of a book or a movie and then the end. You're like, huh? It was unbelievable, and I was so into it. I thought it was such a cool concept, such a cool story, and they just kind of dropped it. That was it. And personally, I thought Desmond kind of got a little boring. I thought Altair, I thought those games were so cool, great games. But this, and then he kind of got a little whiny, isn't it? And it's like, I'm Stu, my dad. And it's like, who do you want to be? Do you want to run around gray rooms in Abstergo, or do you want to get, the Altair, Ezio, Connor? I mean, I want to throw a tomahawk. I mean, the Black Flag. I mean, they're really well-made games. I think. Somehow Desmond's character just kind of hit a fork in the road that unfortunately was dead end on both of them. He had nowhere to go, and then I remember the last sessions I ever did were the voice messages to his father. Anybody remembers those?
Yeah, just Black Flag.
Yeah, and he just so the voice messages to his father, that was just written to kind of wrap things up. And the one thing I don't like in any kind of project I do is exposition for exposition's sake. It's like, I'm just going to tell you everything that I could show you, but I don't have enough money and time. So I'm going to make it a voice message. So it just kind of like, because I really like those games. There's some of the few games that I play because I love history.
Emerge, 10 years spent planning, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again, just as Minerva and her kind once did. And you see what came of that. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man with only decades left to live. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory, a legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate, to have written words that meant well, and see them perverted into something wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to excuse taking it. And so now you see, that what befell Minerva and her kind will be repeated. There is no salvation in that direction, only another cycle of the same. So tell me, how is this better?